A whole week of both sides calling each other liars, and the jury never had to decide who was. This is Musk vs. Altman Daily. Today, we're stepping back from the courtroom theater and into the machinery. How a civil jury turns a credibility war into a verdict.
One tap on follow, and we'll be back in your ears before you know it. Both Musk and Altman spent weeks getting called liars. One side saying Altman has a history of self-dealing, the other saying Musk just wanted to control AGI. So how does a jury sort through all that and turn it into an actual legal verdict?
It's a great question because credibility fights feel dramatic, but in a civil case, jurors aren't just picking who they like more. They're answering specific factual questions tied to specific legal claims. Here, per TechCrunch's breakdown, 9 California jurors were deliberating over a pretty narrow set of questions, not the whole sprawling story of OpenAI's founding. Musk's team put credibility right at the center. His attorney Stephen Molo told the jury in closing arguments, quote, "If you cannot trust him, if you don't believe him, they cannot win." Meaning the defense really needed jurors to believe Altman. Altman's team, meanwhile, gave them a different reason to doubt Musk. Per MIT Technology Review's Week 3 recap, they described him as someone who wanted to control the development of artificial general intelligence for his own purposes. But in a civil case like this, the standard is preponderance of the evidence, more likely true than not. A juror doesn't have to fully trust either side. They just have to decide whose version clears that lower bar on each specific question.
But if the jury didn't even get to the substance, the charity allegations, the Microsoft relationship, all of that, what did the credibility war actually decide?
That's the twist. The jury took less than 2 hours and never reached the merits at all, per Bloomberg law. They sided with OpenAI on a statute-of-limitations defense, meaning Musk simply waited too long to sue. Judge Yvonne Gonzalez-Rogers accepted that advisory verdict and dismissed his claims from the bench. So all those weeks of credibility combat may have mattered less to the outcome than the timeline, when Musk knew what he knew. And that's what heads into appeal now, with the core charitable trust and unjust enrichment claims still legally untested.
Got thoughts on today's episode? A story idea we should chase? Or a correction we should know about? Send us a note at muskvaultmandaily@lanternpodcasts.com. You'll find links to every story we talked about today in the show notes. If one of them stuck with you, that's the place to dig in a little further. That's Musk v. Altman Daily for this Friday. This is a Lantern Podcast.